Good morning. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. We made it to the weekend. This is part two. Part two, the woman role in the marriage. The Bible says in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22, to wives to submit unto the husband as unto the Lord. And it says, for the husband is the head of the wife. We learned that the Bible in the New Testament was written in Greek. So we have to go by the Greek meaning of the word submit, not the English meaning of the word submit. And that's why people have thought that the Bible was teaching male chauvinists and the women are enslaved to the man, and that's why a lot of women struggle with the word submission. And that actually really broke up a lot of homes and marriages because we didn't know what submit really mean. But it actually means in Greek, it's the word hupotasso, means to get up under and lift up or to put in order. That's what submit means. And Sarah made a good example of submitting to Abraham. She came up on his leadership and she lifted him up. Because the Bible says what? Sarah called Abraham Lord. Sarah called Abraham Lord. She lifted him up. She praised him. And see, women, one of the worst things you can do to a man is disrespect him. Yell and scream at him, stuff like that. Dishonor your man. When you dishonoring him, not your man, but dishonor your husband. When you dishonor your husband, you are dishonoring God. Because why? It's a chain of command. Christ is the head of the man is the head of the woman, and God is the head of Christ. So when you submitting to your husband, you are submitting to Christ and you are submitting to God as unto the Lord. So one of the worst things you can do is disrespect your husband. A man number one need is respect. And respect. When you praise your man and lift him up, tell him you my hero, you my king, oh, you my head. Men, we'll break our neck trying to please you. We love that. We love praises. We love you speaking good of us. And that's what Abraham did that's what Sarah did. She called Abraham Lord. And see, I was seeking God about this thing, and I was saying, Lord, how can I really break this submission down with the role of the woman? And God told me to explain to it like this, like football, the sport of football. In the NFL, you have the owner, the general manager, the head coach, then you have assistant coaches. The offensive coordinator is assistant coach, right? Then you have other assistant coaches working up under them, the head coach. They all submitted up on the head coach. Same thing in marriage. You got God, which is the owner, Jesus, the general manager, the head coach is the husband, the offensive coordinator is the wife, the assistant coach. She come up on her husband. In football, the assistant coaches make decisions. The head coach, he allowed them to coach. The head coach will hire an offensive coordinator and put them in charge of calling the plays. And what he do, he sit back and he oversee everything. Now, he might make some adjustments and give his input and change some things around, but it's the offensive coordinator's job to call plays. Same thing. The head coach will hire a defensive coordinator. He put the defensive coordinator over the defense. He's in charge. He make decisions. The head coach don't make all the decisions. The same thing in the marriage as the man, the head. He don't make all the decisions. Why? Because he don't know everything. The head coach don't know everything. He need assistant coaches to come along up under him, submit up under him, and make decisions. And all the head coach do, he manage the football team. That's the same thing with marriage. The husband is a manager. In order for a marriage to be successful, they got to come together as a team. Because teamwork make the dream work. And whatever football team that come together on one accord and work together in unity, that's a team that's going to win. But whenever you have division on a football team, they are going to be a losing team. And the same thing in a marriage. Your marriage is going to fail if your wife don't come together on one accord. Because the Bible says a kingdom that divided amongst itself will not stand. And that's the same thing. How they do in the marriage. What they do in football is what they do in the marriage. The husband, he manages the family. The wife, she do her thing. She make decisions as well. Same thing with football. The coach, he nothing but a manager. He manages the team. Whenever they can't come to a head on something, agreement on something, it's the head coach's responsibility to make the final decision. The same thing in a marriage. Whenever they are having a disagreement, it's the head of the family to make the final decision. Because why? If the NFL team keep losing a lot of games, guess what? The owner gonna call the head coach in the office. He gonna call the head coach in the office. And the same thing in a marriage. If the marriage is not winning, if the marriage is failing, God gonna call the head. Not the woman. He gonna call the head. The head got to give an account to God. That's the same thing on a football team. And that's what it means being the head, being responsible for what's going on. Anything go wrong on that team, the head coach got to be responsible for that. And the same thing in marriage. It's all about the head managing the family. That's all what they do. A head coach, he manages the team. And he make decisions. If you want to make an adjustment, he tells us this is what we're going to do. The head coach writing notes, taking notes down during the game. Halftime come, he say, hey fellas, blah, 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 blah. The team follow him. He talked to his assistant coaches. They talk. Same thing in the NBA. When they take a timeout, the coaches meet first. They talk with the head coach and the assistant coach. They talk, then they go talk to the players. They all giving their input. The head coach ain't making all the decisions because he needs assistant coaches because he don't know everything. And the same thing with us. We need our wife. They are good at multitasking better than us because what? They think with both sides of their brain. We want to think on our left side of their brain. And that's why God made them to what? Help us. To be our helpmate. And that's how God told me to explain it to y'all. Just like how a football team ran, that's how a marriage supposed to be ran. Now I know I'm gonna have some smart addict coming on this video. Oh, you can't compare marriage to football. Football is the game. Marriage is not no sport. But you know, I thank God for my haters. God bless y'all. You're always gonna have them. But that's how the marriage supposed to be ran. The husband lead, the wife come up on him, submit up under him, lift him up, support, put in order. And the husband manages the marriage. That's how it's supposed to be ran. I thank y'all for tuning in this week. God bless you. I'm going to be talking about marriage next week. I got some more stuff I want to share with y'all. I'm going to get some more deep stuff about marriage and what y'all should do to make your marriage better. My purpose of doing this is to save marriages. God don't like divorce. I don't like divorce. God love marriage. I love marriage. Okay? So tune in next week. Have a good weekend. God bless you.